We're here at Zacherl Farms, and this would be my 4th year growing vegetables. It's a vegetable farm. Yes, I'm the 6th generation. I don't know how to explain it. I guess everybody was into farming back then because you had to survive. My family was into coal and farming, and it wasn't until my grandpa actually got more involved in the vegetables that it became a roadside market and more popular. I know my grandpa started messing around with vegetable plants in the 50s, and then he started out on 66 selling vegetables in a little roadside stand, and then in 65 he put in a larger market, and it kind of just caught on from there. He was 94 when he passed, and for the last 4 years I've been trying to get the farm back up and running, and it seems to be working. Can't do it without customers and my family, which helps out quite a bit. We actually moved to the farm, which helped out. It ends up being a 24/7 day job. We're here all the time. So when we took it over, we had established customers, but we're having a lot of positive feedback with the new stuff we're trying. My wife is really good with Facebook marketing. That's what she went to school for. So that helps out extremely, just to get the word out there that we have products to sell. We start with onions at the beginning of the year. That's what you see here. We don't make a whole lot of money on it, but it's something to get started at. And we sell the majority out of our market. That's with everything, but the onions, we start them in January. We harvest them in July, and then we can sell them at our markets and to local restaurants till about the following January. So it's nice to have onions because you can sell them pretty much all year round. It seems easy, but each seed and each variety takes different surroundings. Like some take a little bit of soil, and then others need sunlight. We have artificial lighting in here, and it's all pretty low tech, very low cost. I don't want to say it's easy, but there's not a lot of money into it. You just have to, it's a everyday deal. Once you start the seeds, you have to water them 3 times a day. Even though it's might be 0 degrees outside, if the sun's out, it's 90 degrees in the greenhouse. Then you have to think about cooling it down. Then at night you're making sure your heaters are good. So I think I have 4 heaters in this greenhouse. That makes me sleep better at night. We also have sensors and other things to help us know if the temperature drops below. I think it's set, like if it drops below 60, it'll alerts us. But anyhow, we start the seeds in January, and each is different as far as the days it takes to mature. A lot of these are flowers that you see. They're all for sale for Mother's Day, so we have to start them early. And then the end of March is when we start growing a lot of our vegetables, which I think we don't have any vegetables in here other than onions and a little bit of celery, but we'll start growing peppers and then tomatoes, and then next thing you know, the next week the greenhouses are all completely full. And then we also have other buildings where we have plants on wagons, and we pull them in and out every day. That's later on in like April. But yeah, so it's an everyday ordeal, but it's very rewarding. And then we have to wait till the frost is out of the ground and clear before we can move any vegetables out. We only sell to 6 restaurants, and in the winter time it's only onions and potatoes, but in the summer when everything's rolling, once we get everything planted, we can pretty much supply them with anything they would like to sell that we have, which is anything from cucumbers to sweet corn. We also grow a lot of pumpkins, gourds, and that kind of stuff. We sell a lot of our incomes from sweet corn. We do 35 acres of sweet corn, which surprises a lot of people, that we can sell that much out of a roadside market. It takes a lot of people and a lot of picking. It's fresh at least every day, if not every other day. It's just the way the varieties come on. But we start planting at the beginning of April, which a lot of people think that's too early. And then we finish planting at it's like the middle of July, which people think that's too late for corn. But every year so far it's different. And that way you can be sure you know that you have it in the ground. And if you have a warm spring, you'll have corn early. And if you have a warm fall, you usually have corn late. So there's plenty of work for 400 acres for one person. But I'm not just saying it's just me, it takes a whole team of people. I think we have 16 employees now. My wife says 17, like it's a big deal. Which is nice to have a good group of people like that. When I started, I only had like 5 people and I was very nervous. But as the years go on here, we just seem to keep getting more employees, it makes it fun. We like to have fun at work. We have lots of kids in our family. I'm not saying my boys are going to take it over, but hopefully someone in the family or some neighbor kid that really likes farming get someone roped into enjoying it. And then hopefully, the way I have it set up, I plan on retiring around 60 and have someone take it over. So.
Maybe the farming to the next generation.
Yeah, I believe it's important to not get out of it completely, but get somebody in here and have them do it while they're young, and keep a young hand in here at all times. If I wait too long, I've seen in the past where it doesn't work out. I'd rather be around for the transition, and then instead of being gone and wondering what happened, I'd rather be here and watch somebody take it over. You constantly have to keep going. If you just take a day off, which is fine, but if you take a week off, you'd be behind. Maintenance is number one, but we don't have even much time to mess with tractor maintenance. It's when you're a vegetable farmer. And then we also have grain. We have grain here. We have to get rid of that and truck it, get rid of that. That gobbles up a little bit of time, but mostly we're geared in the vegetable plants and then messing around with some flowers. I think the number one reason I farm here is to keep my family farm running. If they weren't into farming, I don't think I ever would have came back. I enjoy it, but it's more or less just to keep something my grandparents built, just to try to keep it going and to make it better for the future generations. I just would love to see it going on. It'd be easy to say no and sell everything, but it's very rewarding, and I just want to make sure it goes on.